they need you calm. Okay, no matter what happens, you gotta stay calm.
I told you I don't follow these movies. I don't ask me about something I do know. Ask me about It Follows. Ask me about Hereditary. Ask me about The Witch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Why We Love Horror Trivia. I'm going to move my beverage off camera. You don't need to see me drinking that heavily this on a Friday night. Anyway, a little bit of a change of pace this week. You know, we're going way up the rankings. These are two competitors in our first match, at least. They are tied. They are both have 2 wins and 0 losses. So unfortunately today, somebody is going to get a loss. They're both tied for 4th place in the rankings. And just out of virtue of the fact that I know my first competitor is a gentleman, and he would want the lady to go second. I'm going to bring in Mr. Dylan VanThuyne. Sir, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Yeah, it should be a good time. I've never met Abby before. She seems very nice. Yeah, should just be a good time.
How was the prep coming in today? You feeling confident?
Oh, I had no prep. I was very busy with school and stuff, and like a lot of matches that I had to write recently. So we'll see if no prep pays off. I don't know. I might lose badly today. We'll see.
We're not really a prep intensive league unless you are the husband of our second competitor, Mrs. Abby Brooks. How are you today, Abby?
Hi, I'm good. I'm excited.
Yeah. So how was your prep coming in?
I'm not gonna say too much. I think it came along okay. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not feeling too great about this, but we'll see how it goes.
I tell you guys, the confidence in here is I'm humbled. I obviously am just the most pompous person in this community because I would never say these things on stream. But that's okay. With that being said, we are here today for the first of 2 matches, 3 rounds of horror trivia in the singles division. Before we get started, round 1, I'll give you the rules for round 1. Round 1 is the speed round. Abby gave me 4 categories. Dylan gave me 4 categories. Added those together, I wrote 8 questions. I'm going to ask those questions in semi-rapid fire succession, 10 seconds between each question. Abby and Dylan will number their boards 1 through 8. Once I'm done with all 8 questions, we'll check their answers. In the event they get all 8 right, there is a 9th bonus question that's available. In round 1 and throughout the entirety of the match, both competitors have 3 repeats in a challenge. In round 1, they could use a repeat. If as time's running out, they want extra time. They could burn a repeat, get 20 extra seconds, and I'll repeat as many questions as they need during that time. You guys have any questions before we get started?
Nope.
All right. That being said, your first question comes in the category of David Cronenberg. In The Dead Zone, Johnny has a vision that what member of his neurologist's family, thought to be dead, is still alive? Your second question, all the way on the other end of the spectrum, Rob Zombie. What female horror icon plays the realtor that helps the titular family find their house in The Munsters? He did direct that. So, and speaking of directors, we're going to directors for our third question. And 3 words. Who directed Men? Not directing Men, but the movie Men. And your 4th question will be in found footage, including the medium, but excluding anyone else that isn't in the group of friends. How many people are on the Zoom call in 2020's host? Moving on to J-horror. What year saw the release of Toshio Matsumoto's Demons? Which is a banger, I have to say. We're moving on to the Conjureverse as I understand it. Where is Mary Ellen's asthma inhaler when Judy goes to retrieve it in Annabelle Comes Home? General answer is fine. If you want to get specific, I'm okay with that too. In Alien and Predators combined universe. In Aliens, who is Gorman backtracking to save when he winds up getting surrounded by xenomorphs? And your final question, in the 2010s, name either actor who plays a coroner in The Autopsy of Jane Doe. And time's going to expire in 5, 4.
Sorry, could I get a repeat of 6?
Repeat of 6.
Cool.
Sure. In the Controverse, where is Mary Ellen's asthma inhaler when Judy goes to retrieve it and Annabelle comes home? And you have 20 seconds from here. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Abby. What do you got?
Okay, so for 1, I put Dad. 2, I do not know. 3, Alex Garland. 4, I put 6. 5, 1987. 6, It Was in the Car. 7, I put Ripley. And 8, I put Brian Cox.
Okay. And Dylan.
Okay, so for 1, I put Mother. 2, I put Sherry Moon Zombie, but I feel like that'd be too easy. 3, Alex Garland. 4, 6, 5, 1966. 6, The Room with All the Haunted Stuff. I don't know. 7, Ripley, and 8, Brian Cox.
After round 1, we're tied 3-3. I'll go over these answers. Johnny tells the neurologist his mother is still alive. I believe she was supposed to have died in World War II, but she survives. The realtor in The Monsters is Elvira or Cassandra Peterson, whatever you want to refer to her.
Oh, that's cool.
Alex Garland did direct Men. There are 7 people on the call and host. There are 6 friends, and the medium makes 7. I didn't count the guy's girlfriend who annoys them in the background, so 7 people on the call. Demons was released in 1971. The asthma inhaler is in the car. Specifically, it's in the glove compartment of the car. Gorman is trying to save Vasquez, and they both die in the ducts when he goes back. And Emil Hirsch or Brian Cox are acceptable answers in that one. All right. That being said, we're going to move on to round number 2. Round number 2 is the wheel round. All 8 of those categories we just talked about, they're on a big ass wheel now. Whoever gets the choice to spin first, it will be Abby in this case. I believe she is senior in the community. She can choose to spin first or second. You get it 1 spin. If you don't like it, you could spin again. Whatever you decide on. You get 5 questions in that category worth 2 points apiece. However, you can check down the multiple choice if you want. Then the question becomes worth 1 point. If you get it wrong at any stage, though, your opponent can come in and steal at that point in time. Let's bring up the wheel, talk about the categories we got today. Categories in the wheel, we did discuss them. David Cronenberg, Rob Zombie, directors, found footage, J-horror, The Controverse, Alien and Predator, and the 2010s. Abby, do you want to spin first or defer to Dylan?
I will go first.
Okay. Here is your first spin. And you get David Cronenberg. Do you want to take that or spin again?
I would like to spin again.
Okay. The category you must take is The Controverse. So we'll put that backstage. You ready for your questions in the Conjuring universe?
Sure.
Okay. Your first question. In how many films in The Controverse does Father Perez appear?
Two.
That is correct. For the sake of all you people watching, don't get at me. We do count The Curse of La Llorona. It is in The Controverse. I don't give a shit what Michael Chavez says. All right. Your second question. In The Conjuring 2, Lorraine constantly has visions of Ed dying in what manner?
He's impaled.
That is correct. Your third question. Who plays Annabelle's mother, Esther, in Annabelle Creation?
Miranda Otto.
That is correct. Your fourth question. In what European country does the opening scene of The Nun 2 occur?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. In what European country does the opening scene of The Nun 2 occur?
Italy?
That is incorrect. Chance for a 2-point steal, Dylan. In what European country does the opening scene of The Nun 2 occur?
I think the first one's set in Romania, so I'll say Romania.
That's incorrect. The opening scene of Nun 2 takes place in France. They are in France in the opening scene of Nun 2. All right, Abby, your final question in the Conjuring universe. In The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, all of the possession murders involve victims being stabbed how many times?
6 times.
That is incorrect, Dylan. Chance for a 2-point steal. In The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, all of the possession murders involve the victims being stabbed how many times?
Thought it was more. I'll say like 11.
Double it, because it's 22 times. 22
Okay.
times. All the victims are stabbed 22 times in that movie. After that, Abby gets her score up to 9. Dylan is still at 3. We'll bring our friend the wheel back. Dylan, you ready for your first spin?
Yep.
Your first spin. And you get spinner's choice. What would you like?
Oh, cool. I'll take directors.
Directors. All right. Give me 1 second while I ready things up for the next round. But we will ask you those questions in directors in 1 short second. Okay. Are you ready for your first question in directors?
Yep.
Okay. Besides 976 Evil, Robert Englund has only one other directorial credit, which is what 2008 horror comedy?
It's a good question. Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, I Sell the Dead, B, Killer Pad, C, Otis, or D, Zombie Strippers?
Can I get a repeat of those options, please?
You do get to repeat the options.
Yeah.
Is it A, I Sell the Dead, B, Killer Pad, C, Otis, or D, Zombie Strippers?
I'll go with Otis.
Otis is incorrect. The choice is for Abby for a 1-point steal. A, I Sell the Dead, B, Killer Pad, C, Otis, or D, Zombie Strippers?
A.
A is also incorrect. He did direct Killer Pad. Killer Pad.
Okay.
2000. Your second question. Who directed 1981's The Funhouse?
Was Toby Hooper.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. How many films in the Phantasm franchise were not directed by Don Coscarelli?
I'm worried about the steal. I'll go multiple, please.
Is it A, 3, B, 2, C, 1, or D, 0?
Two?
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Abby, is it A, 3, B, 2, C, 1, or D, 0?
I'll go with 3.
That is also incorrect. He only didn't direct the last one, Phantasm Ravager. He did not direct. The first 4 he did. Your fourth question. What is the only film directed by Lee Janiak that is not part of the Fear Street trilogy?
Shoot, multiple choice.
All right, is it A, Honeymoon, B, Housebound, C, The Quiet Ones, or D, Starry Eyes? Five, 4, 3.
Sorry, let me get a full repeat of that.
Full repeat. That is your second repeat. What is the only film directed by Lee Janiak that is not part of the Fear Street trilogy? A, Honeymoon, B, Housebound, C, The Quiet Ones, or D, Starry Eyes?
A.
That is correct. Honeymoon is correct. And your final question. Who directed Insidious, The Red Door?
Should have picked a different category, I guess. All right, multiple choice.
Is it A, James Wan, B, Lee Winnell, C, Patrick Wilson, or D, David F. Sandberg?
Oh shoot, Patrick Wilson.
He did direct that.
I should have taken more time on that.
All right, after Dylan's turn, we got the score. Abby's still leading at 9. Dylan is at 7. Moving on to everyone, most people's favorite round, not Austin Pez Howell, though, because it is the Austin Pez Howell Memorial Synopses round. There's 5 movie categories on a wheel. We're going to spin them 3 times a piece to get a 2, 3, and 5-point question. They go up in ascending difficulty. You spin the wheel 3 times to get those assignments. You do get 1 respin throughout your 3 spins. So if you don't like it, you could throw 1 away, and then you're stuck with whatever's left. We're going to ask either all 6 questions or until 1 player is mathematically eliminated. Abby, you're still in the lead. So you can choose if you want to spin your categories first or second. Categories on the wheel today: 2000s, 2020s, foreign language horror, horror comedies, supernatural. They're on there twice to make a nice 10-slice wheel. Do you want to spin your categories first or let Dylan go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Well, your 2-pointer, if you choose to accept it, is in horror comedies.
Yeah, that's fine.
Your 3-pointer, foreign language horror. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
I will keep it.
Okay. And your 5-pointer is supernatural. Do you want to keep that?
I'll spin it again. Let's see.
All right. Category you must take then for 5 points. Horror comedies. Dylan, your 2-pointer is a respin. You get the 2000s. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Your 3-pointer. Supernatural. Do you want to keep that?
Sure.
And your 5-pointer with a respin remaining is a respin anyway. So next.
Okay.
You get foreign language horror for your 5-pointer. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
It's a 5-pointer, and this kind of scares me, not gonna lie. I'm starting to question why I put it on the wheel. I'll spin again.
You get the 2020s.
Cool.
All right. Since you are behind, we'll start with you for your 2-pointer in the 2000s. Are you ready?
Yep.
A husband and wife who recently lost their baby adopt a 9-year-old girl who's not nearly as innocent as she appears. Name that movie.
Orphan?
That's Orphan, definitely. Abby, you ready for your 2-pointer in horror comedies?
Yep.
For 2 points. 3 single women in a picturesque village have their wishes granted at a cost when a mysterious and flamboyant man arrives in their lives. Name that movie.
Mm.
5, 4.
Can you repeat?
You do have 1 repeat remaining after that. 3 single women in a picturesque village have their wishes granted at a cost when a mysterious and flamboyant man arrives in their lives. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
That is The Witches of Eastwick. The Witches of Eastwick.
Okay.
Since we're tied, we'll just go back over to Dylan for his 3-pointer in Supernatural. Are you ready?
Yep.
5 years after an unexplained malfunction causes the death of 15 tourgoers and staff on the opening night of a Halloween haunted house tour, a documentary crew travels back to the scene of the tragedy to find out what really happened. Name that movie.
Hell House LLC.
That is correct. Abby, your 3-pointer in foreign language horror. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
A gang of young thieves flee Paris during the violent aftermath of a political election, only to hole up at an inn run by neo-Nazis. Name that movie.
Frontiers.
That is Frontiers. A banger, if you haven't seen it. Well, we're going on to the 5-pointers, Dylan. Your 5-pointer in the 2020s. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. A crew of hardy road workers, led by a bickering father and son, must survive the night when they accidentally awaken an ancient Irish vampire. Name that movie.
I have one more repeat, right?
You do, yep. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, sure. I'll use it.
That's your last repeat. A crew of hardy road workers, led by a bickering father and son, must survive the night when they accidentally awaken an Irish vampire. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3.
Damn, I don't know.
That movie's called Boys from County Hell. Boys from County Hell. All right, Abby, here's what we got. We're going to get your 5-pointer in horror comedies. If we hit it, you win. If not, we are going to sudden death. Are you ready?
Yep.
Your 5-pointer in horror comedies. A family inherits an old mansion, which houses the dangerous Book of Evil that has all the monsters in the world trapped inside of it. Name that movie.
For a horror comedy.
5, 4, 3.
I don't know. Evil Dead 2. It's not.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Saturday the 14th. That is the 80s horror comedy Saturday the 14th. So here is how we do sudden death.
Oh boy.
I'm going to go through more horror synopses and more horror synopses. I'm not going to give you the categories though. So get your whiteboards out and we're going to go through them one at a time in ascending order. Your first question. A robotics engineer at a toy company builds a lifelike doll that begins to take on a life of its own. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Abby.
Megan.
And Dylan.
Yeah, I almost fucked that up, Megan.
Megan is correct. Going on to the next one. 2 violent young men take a mother, father, and son hostage in their vacation cabin and force them into sadistic acts with one another for their own amusement. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dylan.
Funny Games.
And Abby.
Funny Games.
Funny Games is correct. Your next one. A family's serene beach vacation turns to chaos when their doppelgangers appear and begin to terrorize them. I shouldn't even give you 15 seconds for that one. But I will.
That's such a long title to write.
3, 2, 1. Abby.
Us.
And Dylan.
Us.
That is Us. Okay. Going on to the 3-pointers. Here we go. Newlyweds are terrorized by demonic forces after moving into a large house that was the site of a grisly mass murder a year before. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Dylan, what you got?
Is that Housebound?
And Abby.
I didn't write anything.
That is the remake of the Amityville Horror.
Okay.
Housebound is about I won't tell you in case it comes.
I don't know what it's.
Housebound is totally different. Your 3-point, another 3-pointer rather. While struggling on a solo backpacking trip in Thailand, online personality Madison meets CW, who travels with ease and shows her a more uninhibited way of living. But CW's interest in her takes a dark turn. Name that movie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back over to Abby.
Influencer?
And Dylan.
Influencer?
That is influencer. And we're still
Great game. This is good.
Yeah.
Another one. She's the perfect all-American parent, a great cook and homemaker, a devoted recycler, and a woman who will literally kill to keep her children happy. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3, 2.
Can you repeat it?
You actually had one repeat left, so I can.
Okay.
She's the perfect all-American parent, a great cook and homemaker, a devoted recycler, and a woman who will literally kill to keep her children happy. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dylan.
Serial Mom?
And Abby.
No. Good job.
And your winner, Dylan VanThuyne. That was Serial Mom. That is how we'll go to post-match interviews. Let me just
Great game. Yeah.
Dylan
Yeah,
back
good job.
in a minute. Abby, that's probably the longest sudden death we've had that people were getting questions right. Like I've had sudden deaths where people get like 15 of them wrong, but that's probably the longest one where people got questions right. So that is a crazy match, and I'm glad you were a part of it. How you feeling?
Oh, I feel great. I mean, I feel like we both knew a lot. So this is not like a sad loss or anything like that. So no, this was a really good game. He did great. I feel like I did okay. So that's all that matters.
Well, we'll probably be seeing you back sooner rather than later. I do know. I mean, you're one half the team's champion. So once we figure out a opponent for you guys, we'll be back in that match. But until then, I'll see you on Why We Love Horror, I guess.
Yeah. See you around.
I'll see you then. Vicious Dylan VanThuyne, proving why you're the most vicious competitor out here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's totally a nickname I chose, by the way.
Yeah. That being said, since you are 3-0, you are in some kind of, I do believe I'm doing like a multi-contender, number one contenders match. So you will be in that match soon. I'm just determining all the competitors in it. So you're one match away from a title shot. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Yeah. This was a really fun match. Abby played fantastic. Honestly, I thought she played better than me today, so I kind of feel bad that I ended up taking it in sudden death. Thank you, Video Store Challenge, for the Serial Mom one. That's partly why I knew it, but yeah, it was a really fun match. Good job to Abby, and yeah, thank you, John, for writing.
Not a problem. And again, so I said we'll see you back soon. Until then, keep up the good work. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. That's one of two matches. Coming up after this intermission, JPO, Jordan Pierce Owens, will be taking on Steve Mesa. Enjoy the intermission.
Hello, and thank you for your business. Why not stop by our refreshment stand? We have all kinds of special treats, but don't take my word for it. Take it away, fellas!
Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, bring your friends by. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time. Popcorn for all, hell's on its way. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time.
2 minutes till showtime. There's still plenty of time to visit the refreshment stand.
Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time. Hell's on its way. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time.
Welcome back from intermission, everybody. We're here for the second half of Why We Love Horror Trivia this evening. It's been a lovely Friday night so far. We're continuing with matches with people in our top 10, and this is a heated rivalry going back years. But don't let me hype it up. These guys are probably the two best hype men in the league. I'll bring in the number 6 ranked competitor in the league first, Mesa Media himself, Mr. Steve Mesa. Steve, I'm just going to turn the mic over to you. I don't need to prompt you. You've got something prepared. Go ahead.
I mean, you mentioned it before. Me and JPO have history. I mean, he's actually the person that brought me into this community, to the trivia online streaming community that we have going on here. He knew I love wrestling. I don't think he knew I loved movies until I started whipping my opponent's ass at 18.0. So whoa, this guy, I didn't know you love movies that much. So, but yeah. He beat me a couple of times. He actually not squeaked out. I shouldn't say that. He deservedly beat me for the me and some other guy for becoming the first Lights Out Trivia champion. He is the first Lights Out Trivia champion, so that's something in the record books. And he has had my number a couple of times, but me being a wealth of knowledge, whether it be movies, horror, or wrestling, I usually can kind of pull either win by a lot or lose by a little. So I'm going to see how that's going to go tonight, though I think it might be, just right that we'll be just right down the middle with the score here, I think.
Some rough words saying things are going to go right down the middle. Let's see how Mr. Jordan Pierce Owens, JPO, hardest working man in the business, responds to that. JPO, your take. The number 5 competitor in the league.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought it was just an innocent invite to a friend to play some trivia. I didn't know what I was starting. I'm sorry, trivia community. I brought Steve in. It was my fault. But today, I killed what I started. Hey, everybody, looking forward to it.
All right, guys, we're gonna get right into it. 3 rounds of horror trivia. Round 1, pretty simple. It is the speed round. JPO gave me 4 categories. Steve gave me 4 categories, and I wrote 8 questions. They'll number their boards 1 through 8 because we're not stopping. I will ask a question. 10 seconds will pass. I'll ask another question until I've asked all 8 questions. If they get all 8 questions right, there's a 9th bonus question. 3 repeats and a challenge to use throughout the match. In round 1, though, if you want to use a repeat, just wait till the end. Say you're going to use your repeat. Tell me what questions you need repeated. And once we've cleared all that up, I'll give you 20 seconds to tie it up, and then we can get started. Any questions?
Love you.
All right, love you too, man. With that being said, your first question comes in the category of the 2010s. In what type of location do Tara and Dawn first encounter Art the Clown in Terrifier? Where are they? Your second question, who plays the titular role in 1997's Spawn? Your third question, in the 2000s, who directed High Tension? Your fourth question comes in the Final Destination franchise. In the Final Destination, after the premonition happens and the characters leave the speedway, what flies over the top of the building and kills Nadia? We're going to move on to horror comedies. Which horror comedy features performances from Christopher Lloyd, Jerry O'Connell, and Ving Rhames? Family horror. When Gizmo is fighting the Gremlins in Gremlins 2, The New Batch, he clearly wears accessories to resemble which action movie character? In the 2020s, which mythical creature is central to the plot of Antlers? And your final question, in Sam Raimi films, what year saw the release of Crime Wave? And time will expire in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to JPO first. What's your answers?
I said Laundromat, Michael Jai White, Dick Wolf, because it's a great name, Attire, Piranha 3D, Rambo, La Chupacabra, and 08.
And Steve.
I got Restaurant, Michael J. White, Alexander Aja, Tire, Piranha 3D, John Rambo, Wendigo in 1986.
I am going to give you number one. I had Pizza Place for number one, but it's a restaurant, technically, so I'll give it to you. I have Steve leading 7-4 at round one. The answers: Tara Dawn and Connor are the Clown in a Pizza Place, but it is a restaurant, so I can't fault you. Michael Jai White is Spawn. Alexander Aja did direct High Tension. Attire kills Nadia. Piranha 3D, you both got that correct. Rambo, I think you both got that correct. The Wendigo is in Antlers, and Crime Wave came out in 85.
Damn it. Off by one fucking year.
Yeah. With that being said, we're going to move on to round number two. Round number two is our wheel round. All those 8 categories we just did, they're on a wheel now, along with spinner's choice and opponent's choice. Steve's in the lead. He can choose who he wants to spin first or second. You spin the wheel, whatever you land on. If you like it, you can take it, or you get one respin. Whatever you finally decide or land on, you get 5 questions in that category worth 2 points apiece. If you don't know the answer, you can check down to multiple choice for 1 point, but be careful, because at any stage, if you get it wrong, your opponent can steal. Steve, let's bring that wheel in. I'll remind everybody what's on the wheel today. Lot of decades today. 2010s, 1990s, 2000s, the Final Destination franchise, horror comedies, family horror, the 2020s, and Sam Raimi directed. Steve, do you want to spin first or let JPO spin first?
JPO spin that bitch.
All right, JPO here.
I will spin this bitch. Bitch has been spun.
You get spinner's choice.
Hey, can I spin again? Just kidding. All right, let's go down again.
Sure. You got every decade from the 1990s to present. Final Destination, horror comedies, family horror, and Sam Raimi.
I'm gonna regret it, but let's see that 2020s category.
You got it. Let's put that wheel backstage and ask you some questions from the 2020s.
So long ago.
Your first question: what is the final course, the dessert dish, in the menu?
Oh, what do they call it? I'm not gonna have the right wording. Give me multiple choice.
Is it A, Cherries Jubilee, B, Baked Alaska, C, Bananas Foster, or D, S'mores?
Oh, is it s'mores, D?
That's your answer?
Yes.
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
Final, just say final answer to be sure.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Sometimes okay.
That's okay. Your second question: who plays Finn's abusive father Terrence in The Black Phone?
Jeremy Davies. Final answer.
That is correct. Your third question: in which European country is Watcher set?
Oh, and I watch this because of you too. Shit. Multiple choice.
A, Hungary, B, the Czech Republic, C, Austria, or D, Romania?
I'm going to say Romania, final answer.
That's correct. Your fourth question: What do the residents of Haddonfield throw Michael Myers' body into at the conclusion of Halloween Ends?
A car crusher.
That's
Final
exactly
answer.
what I have written. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. I was just like, I don't know if there's a technical
I
term.
would have accepted car crusher or mechanic or like industrial shredder. Either one is
Shredder. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. Like, yeah, metal shredder.
Your final question in the 2020s. What does Ellie work as while attending school in Last Night in Soho?
Give me multiple choice.
Is it A, a waitress, B, a barista, C, a hostess, or D, a bartender?
Bartender. Final answer.
She's a bartender.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. At the end of JPO's section of the round, you got your score up to 11. Steve's still sitting at 7. We'll bring that wheel back.
Whoa! I'm winning. Yay!
Bring that wheel back for Steve. Ready for your first spin, Steve?
Yep.
Here it is. You get Sam Raimi. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
You know what? Let's spin.
All right. Category you must take is the 2000s. The 2000s.
Sounds
So
good
let's
to
just
me.
close out of that wheel.
Year 2000.
In the year 2000s. All right. Your first question. In Hostel, Paxton and Josh mistake another person for Oli because he's wearing what item of Oli's?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, his hat, B, his scarf, C, his boots, or D, his jacket?
A, his hat.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal, JPO. Is it A, his hat, B, his scarf, C, his boots, or D, his jacket?
Scarf. Final answer.
That is also incorrect. He's wearing Oli's jacket.
Okay.
Your second question. Who plays John Shooter as he appears to Mort in Secret Window?
John Turturro.
That is correct for 2 points.
Final answer.
Actually, if you don't have multiple choice, you don't have to say final answer.
Okay.
But yeah, that's fine. I appreciate final answers all the time. Your third question. What type of valuables are hidden at the orphanage in The Devil's Backbone?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, diamonds, B, rubies, C, silver bars, or D, gold bars?
I'm going to say C, final answer.
That's incorrect. JPO, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, diamonds, B, rubies, C, silver bars, or D, gold bars?
A. Final answer.
Also incorrect. It's gold.
Ah.
There's gold.
God damn it.
There's
I
gold in
should've
that
went
there orphanage.
I should have went with it. Fuck.
Your fourth question. What was the first Resident Evil film that was not directed by Paul W.S. Anderson?
Extinction.
That is incorrect. JPO, chance for a 2-point steal. What was the first Resident Evil movie not directed by Paul W.S. Anderson?
Afterlife.
Also incorrect. It's the second one, Apocalypse.
Yeah,
He only went for one.
Oh, really? Nice.
He fucked off for a few and came back. Your final question in the 2020s. If you get it right, we're tied going into round 3. How does Wendy, the only survivor of the Motel Massacre, die in The Devil's Rejects?
She's run over by a car.
That's correct. She runs right into traffic. I don't know if it's a car, but I think it's a truck, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
Challenge. Just kidding.
this ain't multiplex. 11-11. Going into round number 3. Round number 3, we affectionately call the Austin Pez Howell Memorial Synopsis round. Because he always seems he always seems to die in this round. Basically, what's gonna happen is these guys are gonna spin a wheel. There's 5 different general movie categories on that wheel. They'll spin for a 2-point question, a 3-point question, a 5-point question. They'll get movie synopses in increasing difficulty. Round will end when I've asked all 6 questions or somebody's mathematically eliminated. With the score being tied, That means JPO has the choice if he wants to spin his categories first, or if he wants to let Steve spin his categories first. I will see what's on the wheel first before we do anything.
Okay.
Wheel today, we got 2010s, 2020s, body horror, foreign language horror, and slashers, and they're on there twice. So there's 10 slices.
Okay. I think I'm supposed to say defer.
There's no real strategy here. A lot of people go first just to get their categories, but it's okay. You can defer.
Oh, then yeah, I'll go. No, I'll go first. I didn't know if there was a strategy.
Yeah, I would just say like prevailing wisdom is people get their shit first because you do get a respin if you don't like it. You get one respin to use. If you don't like it, you get it.
Yeah, mine then.
Your 2-point category will be slashers. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Keep it.
Okay. Your 3-point question. The 2010s. Do you want to keep that?
Keep it.
And your 5-point category. The 2010s. Do you want to keep that?
Oh, I can have it again? Yeah, I'll keep it.
Yeah, there's one question for each level. All right. Steve, your 2-pointer.
Yeah.
You get foreign language horror as your 2-pointer.
Keep.
All right. Your 3-pointer. Body horror. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Let's spin again.
All right. So you will have to take these two no matter what they are.
Yep.
That is a free respin. JPO has that one.
Can't have it.
Meh.
Mine.
2020s, though, nobody has. So 3-point will be 2020s. And your 5-pointer will be in another respin because JPO has that one.
No, you still can't have it. Stop trying to have it.
You're going to get foreign language horror for your 5-pointer.
See.
All right. So JPO, you do. I will give you the choice. Do you want Steve to go first or do you want to go first?
No, I'll go first.
All right, then. Let's close out of this. We're done with this wheel as well. And we'll ask you your 2-pointer in slashers. Are you ready?
Yes.
3 backpackers head to a Slovak city that promises to meet their hedonistic expectations with no idea of the hell that awaits them. Name that movie.
Hostile final answer?
Yeah, we just talked about it. It is hostile. Steve, your 2-pointer in
Jacket. His jacket.
Your 2-pointer in foreign language horror. Are you ready?
Yeah.
For 2 points, a monster emerges from Seoul's Han River and begins attacking people. One victim's loving family does what it can to rescue her from its clutches. Name
The
that.
Host.
That is no hesitation. That is The Host. JP, are you ready for your 3-pointer in 2010s?
Yes.
For 3 points, a small group of American soldiers find horror behind enemy lines on the eve of D-Day. Name that movie.
Overlord.
That is Julius Avery's Overlord. That is correct. Steve, your 3-pointer in the 2020s. Are you ready?
Yeah.
7 friends go away for the weekend and end up trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. Will their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies help them stay alive? Probably not. Name that movie.
Let me get a repeat on that.
That's your first repeat. 7 friends go away for the weekend and end up trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. Will their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies help them stay alive? Probably not. Name that movie.
Seven friends, cabin. How many repeats do I got?
2.
I got 2.
5, 4.
Another repeat.
That's your second repeat. 7 friends go away for the weekend and end up trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. Will their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies help them stay alive? Probably not. Name that movie.
Cabin in the Woods.
That is incorrect. We're talking about that movie right there. That's The Blackening right there.
Ah, okay.
All right. Steve, we have to stick with you to answer your 5-pointer in foreign language horror. Are you ready?
No, but yeah.
For 5 points, As a 25-year war between Russia and Sweden concludes, two brothers who are part of an effort to outline new border accords become undone by their actions and their mistreatment of a young woman during their journey. Name that movie.
Jesus. Fuck.
There's a movie called Jesus.
5, 4.
Repeat.
Your final repeat. As a 25-year war between Russia and Sweden concludes, two brothers who are part of an effort to outline new border accords become undone by their actions and their mistreatment of a young woman during their journey. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3, 2.
The Girl.
And your winner, Jordan Pierce Owens. That is called Sauna. Sauna is that movie. Swedish movie called Sauna. With that being said, we're going to do some post-match interviews. We'll drop JPO back briefly. Talk to Steve. Steve, it's just kind of, I think if you hit that 3, you probably would have forced sudden death, I believe. I don't know if JPO necessarily would have hit his 5 and 20 times. Not that I don't have confidence in the man, but they're just harder questions. How are you feeling?
It is what it is, man. I've kind of lost my mojo here, but I'm playing here for keeps. I'm so I don't know. It just feels like this is my 3rd match I've lost in Why We Love Horror. So it's like it kind of sucks a little bit, but it's it's, to be fair, I'm really trying focus on other things at the moment right now. So like I came in here wholly blank. I mean, I started off real good with you gave me 3 rounds of those of 8 questions. I fucking knocked those shit out of the park. Just being one off from 1985. I'm sure it wouldn't have made a difference, but still, it's just the format. It's, I'm not really good with wheel format and quote and apparently quotes because or synopsis because I'm real sketch about it. But Jordan won fair and square. It's just I'm a little bit off, and like I said, I don't know where I go from here. It's really hard to see. No offense, Jordan. I thought you were going to be easy pickings, but no, it's just I'm not as good as I used to be.
You are a former champ in this league. The format has changed since then. It's just it requires some adjustment still. Your next match should be easier when we bring you back. Is there anybody you're looking to face?
I mean, not really looking forward to face because I'm hoping it won't be a defeat. I like to face Carrie. Definitely Carrie Webb if possible. Like we've had some great matches between both of us, and she faced me for the title twice. So I mean, to go back to that, come back full circle. Maybe
I believe she has a match coming up, so I believe if she were to not win that match, we could definitely make that happen.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll probably maybe down the line we'll definitely make it happen. All right, Steve, we appreciate having you here. You're always a fine source of knowledge. So we'll see you again soon.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Bring today's winner, Easy Pickings, JPO. How's it going?
See you in hell, Mesa. No, I love Steve, even though his no offense is definitely one of those no offense, but offense is definitely taken kind of things. Jesus, Steve. But no, I love to Steve. He had a tremendous round 1 there. This is like an NA side. He might have ran away with it. So Wheel might have for once actually been on my side a little bit here. So it definitely comes in handy. Although, really, you didn't remember the blackening from like 2 months ago, Steve? Anywho, just behind you.
Anyway, I have good news for you. All of these top 10 matches, you're playing it. You didn't know it when you were doing it, but you guys were playing into like a fatal 4-way for the number 1 contendership. So your next match back will be against, at least as far as I know, Dylan VanThuyne's in that match, and probably Hunter's in that match. You, and we'll play for a 4th person in that match. I believe it'll be either Shannon or Kerry will be the 4th person in that match.
Nice. It's funny enough. If you had asked me, I would have maybe challenged Hunter anyway. So that works out.
Well, your next match, he's definitely in it. So I will get back to all you guys with the rules of that match. How you feel about that news?
No, that's cool to know. Like, I'm actually, in a weird way, very glad you told me afterwards because that way it wasn't on my mind. I prefer that way. So no, yeah, looking forward to that match here. And this was a little bit of a redemption because maybe why Steve thought it was easy pickings. The last couple were my greatest showings. This went a little bit better in my favor here. So looking forward to the next one.
All right. Well, we will see you relatively soon.
Love you.
Love you too. See you soon. Hey, if you made this far in the video, you sat through 2 matches. Congratulations. We appreciate that. So why don't you like, comment, subscribe, and share? Do all those things. We appreciate it. We want more people to join this community. We do have new players coming up soon. You'll see their debuts over the next few weeks. You can join the Facebook group, Why We Love Horror. Look for it on Facebook. Or you can find us on TikTok, WWL Horror. Get me up to 1,000 followers. I can go live there. Who knows? Coming up this week, Monday, myself and Malcolm will be on John Versus talking about Jack and Jill 3. They made 3 of those fucking things, and we're talking about all of them. Next week on Why We Love Horror, myself, Abby, and Aaron are doing the Scream Unseen. So I don't know what movie we're going to see yet. I can only speculate, but I will let you guys know on Monday what movie we saw. And then come back next week on Why We Love Horror. 2 more 3-round matches of horror trivia. I believe we got some debuts next week, so I won't spoil it. Go to the Facebook page to find out who's playing. Until then, we appreciate you being here, and keep it real.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!